Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 1st to the 15th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. All right, so we have the Two of Wands reversed. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have Justice. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, okay. We have the Magician. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. We have the Ten of Cups reversed. And we have the Two of Cups. Interesting. The repeat of the number 2. This is a creative time. We have it reversed and we have it in the upright position. So this is going to be a time where we kind of go back and forth with creativity, with insight, with an understanding of where we're going, where we're headed, what we want. So just be aware of this during this time. There's also going to be a sense of like, if we're in a relationship, we're going to have, like loving our partner and then needing time apart. It's going to go yo-yo back and forth, that type of way. And if we're not in a relationship, we're going to go back and forth with a sense of like, oh, I really, really, really want to be with somebody. And then it's like, oh, please, just like everybody leave me alone type of thing. So just be aware of this during this time, Virgo. It's rather funny. Okay. Crowned with the Two of Wands reversed, we're going to see that certain doors are closing, that we're looking at things and we're thinking, oh, but I wanted to walk that way. And it's like that door has closed. It's over, it's done. And we're going to be looking at it and being like, oh, like, oh, now what? And we're going to think it's a really bad thing. But actually, we have Justice coming in to play. And this is Libra energy. So if we're born on the cusp with Libra, or we have Libra in our chart, there's going to be a sense of balance coming in. And it's interesting because we have 2 cups here. If you see with Libra, she's holding 2 cups in her hand. And then, or with Justice, she's holding 2 cups in her hand. And then we have the Two of Cups here with simply the Two of Cups. So the Magician is standing in our own power, embracing our magic, embracing our tenacity, our insight, our ideas, finding justice within ourselves, like looking at things and not saying that everything has to be just and fair. Because if everything has to be just and fair to absolutely everyone, we're going to drive ourselves insane. It's not going to work that way. It doesn't work that way. You can't please everyone, so you have to please yourself. And that's from the song, I Went to a Garden Party. So just be aware of this during this time, that we need to be just and fair to us, but also to those who matter to us in our world, right? Most definitely, we don't want to be a jerk, but saying, okay, how do I harmonize? How do I balance? What is right? Where do I need to be? And putting love forward. If you walk in love, Virgo, you're going to find that you move mountains. Just like your tenacity, your insight, if you walk in love and you just kind of make the mantra of love or the chant of love within your body, whichever way you want to say it, just radiate through your body and say love, love, love. Focusing on your heart, focusing on the color green is going to be fantastic for you. Heart chakra, healing energy. Being aware of that, you're going to see that things really do start to shift. But it's staying in that love energy. And it's going to be a bit uncomfortable at the very beginning. So just be aware of this, because we do have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, meaning that it's going to be very easy for us to be in the past, to be in the future, but to be right here, right now, that's going to be difficult. And Spirit's like, no, you have to show up for you. You have to be just to yourself. All right. Stop being so harsh on you. Negative self-talk, not going to get you anywhere. So stop it. And then with the Magician, embrace your magic, embrace your success. Stop saying, I want to be like this person or that person. Oscar Wilde said it best. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Be you. And you're going to find that you can have people who inspire you. Wow, I wish I could do this. Oh, I wish I could do that. And then you're going to start to see your own path unfold. Because first you need people to look at and say, wow, that's amazing. I need that, because that's how we are. We're group people. We need to be inspired by people. We need to connect with people. But then we also need to let ourselves shine. Standing in the moment is going to be one of the hardest things for us to do during this time, Virgo. And it's going to be one of the most important. And with the 10 of Cups, stop saying my bliss doesn't matter. My joy doesn't matter. What brings me happiness doesn't matter. Because what we're doing is we're looking at everybody else and saying, that's what happiness is. They're happy. I see them. They have the best pictures online and they are always laughing when I see them. And they're always this and always that. You do not know what their life is like behind closed doors. I can tell you with 100% certainty that the people you think are the happiest usually aren't. That you're usually not. And a lot of people who are really happy, people look at them and think, there's something wrong with you. Like, why are you happy? Like, what do you have going on here? Like, what's wrong with you? Embrace your happiness. Others might not get it, and that's okay. But it's your happiness. It's your passion. It's your beauty. Let it shine forward. And then we have the Two of Cups. That's healing, beautiful love. It is opening up the heart. It is seeing beauty and blessings come into your life. And that's going to be a big thing. All right. All right, Virgo. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Oh, and if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowflake in the comment box below. A person will be chosen. Oh, this is the February reading. And I'm, okay, we're just going to go with it for these ones. A person will be chosen, from the comments, who puts in a snowflake and announced on the 1st of February. So good luck to everyone. Don't be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. There will be a separate video that will announce the winner and announce the directions, and it will also be in the description box. If you are interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say, angels and spirit guides. Here we have breathe, reverse. You're going to hold your breath a lot. You're just going to find that when you're doing things, you might get a little reminder from your watch. It's like, hey, breathe. You might get a reminder by, like, if you're doing some sort of exercise or you're doing something, it's like you're holding your breath. Like, stop that. So just be aware of this, or you can see it yourself. You're like, when you're focusing on something, you're going to be holding your breath. And Spirit says, breathe. Breathe. Breathing is, first of all, important to existing, right? But breathing is also important because it is our exhale that helps to calm us down, helps to center us. It's not so much the inhale, it's the exhale. So if we can focus on that, if we can focus on inhaling and just giving nice big exhales. That's why we sigh. We sigh when our body is stressed, whether, we think something like cognitively is stressful or not. We'll just sigh when our body is like, oh, I just need to calm down. Like, I just need things to just shh a little bit. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, so we have two. We have our sacral chakra and we have our third eye chakra coming forward. Our sacral chakra is creativity, and just knowing that that's where our creativity is held. It's held in our sacral chakra, which is where our sensual energy is held as well. That's the creative energy of our body, right? Held in that sacral chakra. And we have to give ourselves permission to create, to cultivate, to live in our joy, in our bliss, our sensuality, and our pleasure. It doesn't mean to be hedonistic or Hellenistic, to say, like, it's all pleasure all the time until I am just gluttonous on it. It is going to be the sense of embracing who we are, what we love, and saying, this brings my soul bliss. This brings my soul joy. I'm going to lean into it. And then we have our dreams. And that's the third eye chakra. We need to connect with our dreams. We need to connect with allowing ourselves to dream. It's interesting. If you have one of the smartwatches, you might find that it says you need more REM sleep. REM sleep is when you dream. And it helps you kind of process things throughout the day. So your dreams will help you release a lot of toxicities that you're holding on to, a lot of negativity in your mind, or, kind of work out problems, find answers. So it's really important. It's important to dream. And we're going to see that during this time. It's important to dream physically, but it's important to also give ourselves permission to meditate, to let our minds wander, to release, to see what our brains are holding on to let ourselves dream, and to say, what are my dreams? We're going to think, I need to create my dream. That's going to be a thing that we're going to say, I need to create my dream right now, and that's it. I'm going to get a shovel and go and do this and build it and make it just so. And Spirit's like, no, just embrace your heart. Like, slow it down and connect with you. That's going to be the important thing. Our energy to be mindful of during this time, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is Justice and the Nine of Cups. So we have Justice energy coming in quite positively in the main part of our reading. But here, it's like, just be mindful if we have, Libra energy in our chart, Libra energy, if we're born on the cusp with Libra, if we have Libra energies in our life, we might find that some of them we are combative with, or we might find that certain parts of our personality aren't in harmony with ourselves. And we're like, okay, what's going on here? Why do I feel out of balance with myself? Where am I not being just or fair or kind to me and to those that I truly love? With the Nine of Cups, The Nine of Cups is showing up to the table for you. And that's going to be a really important thing. It's like, stand in your glory, stand in yourself, look at what you wished for, and show up to the table for you. Because there's almost a sense here of like, we're waiting for everybody else to show up, and it's not working. Okay. So let's look at how the cards correlate to the astrology of this time. On the 1st of February, we have the moon in Scorpio squared Pluto in Aquarius. Our mind is going to be really focused on power and control and like really moving forward, but we're really going to struggle with these things on this day. So just be mindful about this. We're going to set lofty plans for ourselves and think, if I don't meet it instantaneously, I've just absolutely failed. And we're going to be really harsh with ourselves with that. We're not being just and we're not being fair. Do be mindful about this during this time. Do not get sucked into drama. Not get stuck in drama. Stay away from drama. Just be aware of this, okay? Keep our cools. Let ourselves just breathe and be. On the 2nd of February, we have Mercury in Capricorn, sextile Neptune in Pisces. Our imagination is going to be on point. We need to work on creative projects. It's going to be one of the most important things for us. And it's going to help us keep our focus. We need to have our creativity guide us. On the 3rd, we have the moon in Scorpio, sextile Mercury in Capricorn. We need to just keep busy with projects, with ideas. Again, we're going to be really good to setting things up for the future, but we need to stay in the right here, right now, because we do have that magic element to ourselves. We do have that way of harnessing our power, harnessing our insights, finding balance, finding understanding, and really exploring new information and saying, okay, this is where I need to be. This is what I want. We need to be, we need to be entertained during this time as well. We need to have projects and things to work on. So just be aware about this. And we're going to think, okay, this is for the future. This is what I wanted to do in the past, but we're not going to ask ourselves, what do you want to do right now, Virgo? And that's going to be really important. It's like, what's important to me right now? On the 4th of February, we have the moon in Sagittarius squared Saturn in Pisces. We don't have a lot of patience on this day. Just be mindful about this. We aren't going to be very disciplined. We are going to find it hard to get things done. We need to slow down. We need to take a break. We need to not be so demanding on ourselves, because we're going to think, in true earth sign fashion, the more demanding I am on myself, the more I will get done. And we're going to see the exact opposite be true. The more I am demanding on myself, the less just I am with myself. I'm just going to see myself slow down to a crawl. On the 5th, we have Mercury entering into Aquarius. Now, this brings sudden insight. This brings unconventional ideas moving us forward. It's kind of like, oh, what about this? What about that? Really thinking outside of the box is going to be great for us. And we're really charged with plans for our future, but not obsessed with them. It's like, oh, wow, I can do this. I can do that. So keep a little booklet by you. Keep down all your plans, all the things that interest you, because you're going to see that there's just not enough time in the day. But this is going to be a time as well, the beginning of February, where we're decluttering our world, and we're going to find that we're stepping more and more into harmony with ourselves. On the 5th as well, we have Mercury in Aquarius conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So we're really focused. We are working super hard. We're working on plans for the future. We're really looking at how do I build things forward? We have to learn, though. Again, it's going to be one of the most important things, to stand in the right here and the right now and be happy. Happiness, it's funny. Happiness is a choice. And I know people will rail against it, but you have people who are in terrible situations, but they're like, I'm happy, we're together, I'm happy, this is here, I'm happy, I'm moving forward. And they hold to that hope, right? They hold to that beauty. And you have people who have more money than they will ever be able to spend in a lifetime, houses, cars, everything, yachts. We don't like yachts. And you're going to see that they're always wanting more, always wanting more. And this is going to be a time where it's like, listen, be happy with you. Be happy where you stand right now. Now, it doesn't mean that somebody who has nothing is happy and somebody who has everything is miserable, but we see it. And because it's a stark difference than what we think they should be, it stands out to us. So just be mindful about this during this time. Embrace your happiness. Choose love during this time. And you will find, Virgo, that it's transformative for you. On the 6th of February, we have the moon in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. Our outlook is optimistic. We really are seeing ourselves as blessed. We're seeing ourselves as able to achieve and succeed. And that's going to help us achieve and succeed because we really believe that we can. On the 7th of February, we have Venus in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. Now, we're going to really be focusing on our relationships, focusing on improving our relationships, being kind, connecting, really being loving and just like saying this matters to me. So just be aware of this during this time. And we're also going to see our social circle expanding. We're going to see new ways of connecting. And this is going to be a time of really healing where we have felt betrayed in the past. And we're healing that bridge and those gaps. Also on the 7th, we have Mars in Capricorn, sextile Neptune in Pisces. This is really intense creativity moving us forward. This is inspiration. We are very imaginative. We are very driven. And we're going to see that our intuition guides us. Like our angels are talking to us, our spirit guides are leading us. And if we can fall into that intuition, we are going to see that it's going to be surprising. It's not going to be the outside that completes us. We find harmony in. It's going to be the inside that we find all of us. We're going to find like everything that was hidden within us. It's all within us. So just be aware of this during this time because I see you finding it. Yeah. Okay. So it leads to the 8th of February, which is the sun in Aquarius squared Uranus in Taurus. Now, this is going to be a very easy day to be impulsive. So don't do that. Just be really, really mindful with this. But this is also going to be a day where we get to the issues of our heart. And it's not like medically speaking, but it's emotionally speaking, where we get to the issues of our heart. And we start to see that the thing that we think it is, like the thing that we think, oh, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to conquer, that's not it at all. And this is going to cause us to step back and think. And it's like, it's not surface, it's deeper. And we're going to see that we're unraveling something that brings forward our happiness, that brings forward a healing to ourselves, that brings forward a harmony to us. But it's almost like, oh, and a door closes. It's like it closes on this lie and it opens us up to so much more than we realized we needed. On the 9th of February, we have the moon in Aquarius squared Uranus in Taurus. There's an impatience to this day. So just be mindful. If you're teaching anything, if you're giving lectures, if you're, writing manuals, this is not going to be the day for it. Okay. Or if it is, and you have to teach people, you have to, do this thing, you have to make it as simple as possible because you're not going to want to. So just be mindful about this. If you can teach on the 11th, that would be great because the 10th is going to be kind of like, I really see this as almost an astrological hangover from the 9th. And we're like so annoyed on the 9th that we just need to take the 10th and let ourselves calm down. So just be aware of this during this time. I think it's rather funny, but it's the way the energy goes right now. So just be aware of this. It's going to be really, yeah. We need to think positively. Like we need to really step into gratitude on the 9th because it's going to be so hard for us. So just be aware of that. On the 10th, we have Mercury in Aquarius, square Jupiter in Taurus. It's a lazy day. It's a lazy day. It's a day where we need a break. We need to pull the covers up over our head and just take it slow. Take it slow. Okay? On the 11th, we have the moon in Pisces, sextile Venus in Capricorn. This is a much more balanced day. But we're also going to be looking at things and saying, how do I make it balanced? Like, how do I bring it into harmony? And once we start focusing on that balance, on that justice, and saying, how am I just to myself? Right? Because there's one person that you're worth from birth to death, and that's you. And sometimes we forget that. I don't know. I forget that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Right. So that means I matter. Right. Okay, cool. And this is going to be a time where it's like, okay, settle into yourself, be just and be fair, be secure, and start making things secure. Like start taking the chaos. And it's going to be the things that we can physically see, like, oh, this is chaos. This is chaos right now, right? This is keeping me from my happiness. This is stopping me from living in the present. This is pulling me to the past. This is pulling me to the future. And it's going to be quelching out my magic. Like it's not letting me create, cultivate, call forward abundance. It's blocking my chi. It's blocking my energy. It's blocking me. And it's closing the door, not in a good way, but in a way that makes me feel super, super frustrated. And this is going to be a time where we see this on the 11th, again, with the moon in Pisces, sextile, Venus in Capricorn. We see it and we're going to be like, oh, okay, now it's time to do something about it. And that's going to be really fun to kickstart things, like to move things forward. On the 12th of February, we have the moon in Pisces conjunct Neptune in Pisces. This is a compassionate day. This is an empathic day. This is a sensitive day. We want to connect with others. We need to connect with others. We need to be understanding and helpful because that's just going to make this day so much better. Now, the 13th of February really feels like it should be Valentine's Day, right? This should be the 14th, the day that my nephew says, I love you day, right? And we're going to see that the I love you energy is really on the 13th. So just be aware of this. So we have Mars entering into Aquarius. Mars is the planet of energy and drive. It brings enthusiasm when it enters into Aquarius. There's enthusiasm, there's motivation, for change. There's looking towards the future. There's the unconventional, like I'm going to think outside the box, break down these barriers type of energy. And it's also taking an unusual approach. It's like, oh, well, I don't need to follow the beaten path. I need to kind of explore and see and become. Also on the 13th, we have Venus in Capricorn sextile Neptune in Pisces. Our relationships really benefit from a gentle touch on this day. We need to have a gentle touch with ourselves, being kind, being compassionate, being caring, being loving, being sweet. It's just going to be really important. And we are going to feel like, for one reason or another, we should just be a little bit gruff. Like we shouldn't be as nice. And Spirit's like, okay, don't be gentle and kind and sweet to everyone, right? Because that could be, I'm just seeing like some people that's just not going to jive with, or it's not going to even be like appropriate situation. But just coming to things with a very loving, caring, compassionate energy, Virgo, is going to be a game changer. And it's like I come forward with that open heart, with that love, with that compassion. And even if it's just you walk into a room and the only person you're being compassionate towards is yourself, like you're just bathing yourself in compassion and love and harmony. It's not that egotistical, I'm the only person that matters type of energy. That's not it. It is, I love and care for myself so much that I am a treasured gift, and I respect me, and I'm honoring me, and I'm moving forward in that energy. And that's just going to be the biggest game changer we could possibly do. And it comes forward so beautifully on the 13th. On the 14th, we have Mars in Aquarius conjunct Pluto in Aries. This is going to be kind of a workaholic day. We're really focused on the future. Again, we can get really caught up in the past or in the future. So just be mindful about that. And this day is completely motivating us to take action towards preparing our future, towards moving towards our passion, towards going after I want what I want. It's like, yeah, that's going to be a day where we say, this is what I want, this is what I want type of day. And this can get us in a bit of trouble because we can really be focusing, okay, how do I move forward? We can miss things because we're working so much. So just be mindful about this during this time. We want to catapult our dreams forward. We do. We want to catapult our dreams forward. And instead of stepping into love and compassion with ourselves, we're going to be very harsh and very rigid, which is actually going to push out our dreams. Or we can be very worried. We can be like, oh my gosh, I have to do this, I have to do that. And it all makes practical sense. Like if somebody heard you being worried in this way, they'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But what it's doing is it's holding you back from where it is that you need to be soul and spirit. So just be mindful about this. On the 15th, we have the moon in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus. And this is a time of change. Be it big change, be it little change. We're going to see on the 15th that change is really going to be the thing that is moving us, that is directing us, that is opening up the door for us. And that's going to be super important, even though we are resistant to it. We just are. We're going to be like, okay, if I can change and be like everybody else, that'd be great because I'm going to follow that happiness. And Spirit's like, no, the change is going to be to embrace your heart. And we're going to look at things also and say, well, can I change the past? And can I change the future, even though the future hasn't happened yet? And Spirit's like, no, but you can stand right here, right now and change the way you're interacting with it because you're bringing your blessings forward now and you're seeing yourself. It's time to see yourself, Virgo. And that's the Two of Cups. That's healing beautiful love. That's healing the wounds. Yeah, the wound of Chiron comes forward. The wound of Chiron, astrologically, it's called our original wound. It's where all other wounds are built off of. So if you look at that in your astrological chart, which you can find for free on apps, and just type in your astrological chart, or free astrological chart calculator on Google, you'll find it. It'll come up, and I think astrology.com has it. I don't know if that's the right place, but yeah. So you're going to see, you can see where your Chiron is, your original wound is. And see how, everything else is layered off that wound. How there's a theme to your life and your existence. And it's around Chiron. It's around that wound of Chiron. And what's really important to know is that part of our life mission here on this earthly plane is to heal that wound of Chiron. Our subconscious spirit message is manifest. Whatever you're thinking about, you are going to manifest. Whether it's, I don't want this to happen, I don't want this to happen, I'm so afraid this is going to happen, I don't want it to happen, you're going to manifest it, which is exactly what we don't want to do. Or whether it is, I love this is so cool, this is so exciting, we're going to manifest it. So just be aware of this during this time. Our subconscious chakra message is soul healing. This is a time of healing. This is a time of release. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And there is healing energy raining down on us, moving us forward and opening the doors for us. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the 4 of Swords, not resting, burning the candle at both ends, and not honoring our story. Our subconscious tarot message is the Knight of Cups reversed. And this is not moving forward, honoring our heart. This is thinking any way forward. Like, I'm just going to charge ahead and I'll get there. Charge ahead and I'll do it. And Spirit's like, slow it down. Look at what you love. Put your heart center stage. And really start to look at your love, your joy, your passion. Not chasing highs, but really what you love and really what's beautiful for you. And chasing highs isn't just like, I'm not talking about like anything bad, but it's just kind of like, when you obtain something, it's like, oh wow, I did this so well, and then like you feel so proud of yourself, and you get that dopamine rush. It's not chasing dopamine rushes, right? It is opening our heart and saying, what do I love, and what can I gently build, and what can I move forward in harmony for me? And that's going to be a very big thing for us during this time, but just for the rest of our lives. This is also water sign energy: Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So if you have water sign energy in your chart, you can feel out of balance with it, because it can also be a sense of like, I'm running away from what my heart truly wants because I'm not seeing my magic. And this is a time, because we're seeing other people's magic so much more easily, that we need to close the door on that and say, I see me and I'm showing up for me. All right. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please know that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Virgo, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.